Well, an ISIS operative confirms it is running training cells in Mexico right at the U.S. border. This ISIS operative was arrested and charged in Ohio. Judicial Watch reporting that the leader of one of these cells bragged about the position in an Italian newspaper. He is quoted as saying the border region is so open he could, quote, get in with a handful of men and kill thousands of people in Texas or Arizona in the space of a few hours. My next guest has highlighted this risk. He is a border sheriff in Arizona. Welcome back, as always, Sheriff Joe Arpaio. So you're not surprised by this possibility because you've been speaking about it for months, if not longer. But what are the steps that you and other sheriffs are taking to protect citizens?
Well, you know, this doesn't surprise me. It's a no-brainer when you have a border that's not fully secured. Anybody can come across. I think I proved that with arresting people from China in the past coming across into Mexico and into our country. So it happens. And by the way, I did a survey of inmates in my jail system, 8,000 a day that we have, and 24 of them were from the Middle East with all the different types of crimes from those countries, terrorist-type countries, and 8 were turned over to ICE. So you have to say that some of these people from the Middle East are coming into our country and turned over to Homeland Security. So it's not a shocker with me when we're so close to the border and people can come across that border very easily. Well, so we have to look out for this.
Germany has learned a very sad lesson. We know Angela Merkel wanted to open Germany and receive refugee families, 99% of whom we will assume are there for the health and safety of their family. But then German citizens have been attacked by aggressors who have hidden themselves, and I think at least 4 of the Paris bombers from November of last year actually were proven to have come through the refugee flow. You mentioned Homeland. Oh, sorry, Sheriff. Go ahead.
Well, you know, Europe made a big mistake when they had open borders, no more checkpoints, no more passports, and I blame that situation somewhat on what's going on now in Europe. It's a sad situation.
It is a sad situation. Earlier this year, you mentioned Homeland Security, and the department said that Mexican drug cartels are helping ISIS sneak across the border. So with this coordination between the drug cartels and potential terrorists, do you think first and foremost that that exists in a strong link?
Well, I'll tell you, it doesn't surprise me. When I was a director in Mexico City in South America, way back as the head of the federal drug enforcement, drugs were involved in overturning governments and revolutions and everything else. What's new? Now you have the terrorists joining forces with the drug traffickers. I remember when Donald Trump first announced, I supported him way back, he talked about the terrorists crossing that border and the wall. The wall wasn't just for illegal immigration, it was for terrorists and drug trafficking. So that's why he wanted to build that wall. And I guess he was right, as you see what's going on today in Mexico connected with the terrorism problem that we have.
Well, he was listening to experts such as yourself, which is always a good sign. Sheriff Joe Arpaio, thank you for the time.
Thank you.